Alright guys, welcome. Today we are going to learn how to build an ePortfolio with Weebly.com for you guys and all the projects you've been working on here in my classes. Again, either the electronic music production classes or the video game and coding classes. Either way, you're going to end up with projects that should be shown off and will basically be a kind of a foot in the door to get hired by some of these companies that really care about seeing, what is it you've actually done when it comes to coding or when it comes to music production. They care a lot less about a piece of paper as much as they do about, actual tangible work, so they can see, what you've done. But pretty much, when you go to Weebly, you'll log in. Keep in mind this video is meant to go along with the tutorial walkthrough that I built. This thing right here, it actually walks you through the same steps we're doing right now, but just in case some of you guys kind of want to see a video of it, this might help. But this is kind of, a lot of the details are here in this document that you guys should go through, whereas the video just kind of shows you another way to look at it. Okay, but pretty much you go to Weebly, you create an account, and you'll hit create a new website, personal website, and there's these different themes that are already kind of pre-done for you, kind of like templates. There's actually even a portfolio one right here. You can kind of see, again, if you notice, the whole point is simplicity. So these are simple websites with just a few different menus you can click on. So say we wanted to do this one right here. Let's check this out. Because again, the sections we're going to have is the home page, which I would say your home page should be the About Me. Another page for your projects where you're actually going to put your artifacts that you've created in the class, and then some contact information. And then also you'll want a section for an official resume. But pretty much when you find a theme that you like, just click Start Editing. And again, if we go back to this document, we can kind of see here, these various steps kind of broken down for you. But you're going to need to choose a URL or a web domain, and that means basically what's your web address. Now, Weebly, you for the free version, you have to just use one of their web addresses, where whatever you end up choosing, it'll say .weebly.com at the end of it. Again, you can pay for your own domain in the future, where it'll range anywhere from $12 to $50 a year that you basically pay to have a custom web address. And you can see if stuff's available by typing right here and seeing what's available. Usually if you put in numbers or something personal, it'll be there. But for right now, we're going to go use a subdomain of Weebly, and let's call this Tyler Portfolio Project. Let's see if that's boom. So Tyler Portfolio Project.weebly.com is available. So if we go ahead and do that and click on Continue, now we can go in here and edit. And pretty much the way Weebly's laid out is you've got these main sections up here up top. The build section is where you can go and, using these different elements, they call them here, you can drag and drop different things to go ahead and make your page look however you want it to look. To set out the layout and the organization of the site, the menu, you basically go up here to the top, and you can click on pages. So yeah, whatever you have right here is what's going to show up here on the menu. So if you want to add another page, like we wanted to add one for resume, we're just going to say standard page. And by the way, if you ever wanted to add like a link to another website, you could put external page right there to just go straight to a link. But yeah, so standard page, and this one's going to be our resume. And if you wanted to hide one of these for whatever reason, so it wouldn't show up right here, but it's still there, you could hit hide navigation. You can also play with some of the settings here, but for now, just leave that. Click done. And now we just added the resume page. Now, if you also ever wanted to have sub pages, so if you hovered over resume and you wanted like two different versions that someone could select from without having to go to the page first, you can also add pages this way. So I could say, here's my coding resume, and then I'm also going to add, let's say I wanted to add my music production resume. I could do that, click done, and what you can do here is if you click and drag these kind of over to the right, you can see it kind of bumps over, and what it's doing is it's now making it where if I go over resume, boom, there's those two options right there. And then I could have each page be something different. So you could also even have another submenu. So if you drag this one even more further, now you can see resume, coding resume, so you can make submenus. So this is kind of how this pages button up here is how you mess with the organization of your website and the way that the various pages are shown. But for now, let's save this home one. I'm going to call this one About Me, because I think the main page on your ePortfolio should be, just about you, so people can get to know who you are, what is the point of this website you have up, what career goals do you have in mind, all that good stuff. And then if they want to continue to learn more about you, they can find more by clicking on your project links and your resume and your contact info. So anyways, we're going to change this home to About Me, and then go back. We're going to click on this About. Let's call this one Projects. For some of you, if you're doing my game design class, you could call this, video games. If you're doing music production, you could say my album or whatever you want to put. But the main thing is these are your projects. This is the actual computational artifacts that people and employers are going to want to see what does this person actually know about coding or about music production, and let's find out more about that. Keep in mind, when you guys do add your projects onto here, you also need to write a short reflection on each project to explain the challenges, what you learned the most, and all those kinds of things, which again are detailed in the tutorial walkthrough that I provided for you guys. Okay, but for now we're going to name that one Projects. And then we have a contact page, that's good, and then resume. And if we wanted to change the order of these, again, everything in Weebly for the most part is drag and drop. So if I want to move this contact, I want to move resume above it, click and drag, and we've just moved those two things right there. So we've got our pages named. If we want to edit the pages, we just click on them, and it goes to that page. So whatever you click on here or over here, it's going to go to it. Keep in mind this website isn't live yet. When you guys are all done with this and ready to publish, you're going to need to click on the publish button, and that'll actually make it where when someone goes to that site URL that you chose, it will show what you see here. But pretty much, so I'm on About Me. All this stuff I'm going to want to delete. So basically, if you hover over anything in Weebly, you can see there's a couple things. There's this move button, so if you wanted to move the order of these, you can click and drag. There's the button right here where you can actually move this to a different page if you wanted to, or make a copy of it to put on another page of yours. But for this one, I want to delete it, so I'm actually going to click on it. And again, if you click on it, all the details for changing what you see here are right below. But I actually want to hover over it. So hover over it, I can see the X, and I want to get rid of that. So let's see, this is kind of being funky. So hover over X, delete, and just like that, that's pretty much how you go and change these templates, and get rid of all the stuff that you don't want. But if you wanted to replace these with your own pictures, like say for your About Me, it might be a good idea to have one or two pictures of yourself, professional pictures, and you could click on these and hit replace image or edit. And but for now, for my About Me, maybe just have like one picture on here and then some text explaining who you are. So let's delete that, and let's say I want to go and put a text box here. So again, this pages button is the organization of the site, kind of setting up how it's going to be in terms of structure. But to actually build the pages and make edits and changes, you want to go to the build section. And again, the fancy word they use for all these different things you can put in each web page is called the elements. So these are the Weebly elements, and these are all drag and drop. So on the About Me page, if I want a title, I find this title one, click and drag it, and you can see if I clicked and drag it in different places, it uses that blue arrow to kind of show me where it's going to go. But I click and drag, let go, and now I can click here to edit, and I'm going to say About Me. If I wanted to center that, you've got your typical text, choices here. So check out all these different options you have in Weebly. If you just hover over it, it'll usually tell you what it is. You can change the color. You might have to highlight it first. Change color. Oh, I think this is the... I don't know why that won't change, but anyways, if you wanted to put an actual text or paragraph, you would hit the text box, drag it below this one, and here you can say so, whatever you want to put, some kind of message that explains who are you, what's the point of this website, and just kind of a couple basic instructions maybe, because this is going to be the first thing they see when they come here. So you always want to put your best foot forward when it comes to your website and really kind of capture people's attention. So a good picture's a smart thing to do here. Again, go to our Weebly tutorial walkthrough to look at more details of what you should be filling those out with. But for now, let's say, all right, our projects. So again, some of you are going to be having a video game that you want to publish onto this website. Some of you are going to have an electronic music production album. If you're doing a video game, you're going to be using HTML5/WebGL for your app, basically platform. So when you go to publish your app and your game in Unity 3D, you're going to actually choose that HTML5 and WebGL as your option. All the details for how to do this, again, are in this document. I'm not going to show you that right now, but pretty much you're going to be using the website simmer.io. This is a really cool website where you can play video games from within your web browser. And so you're going to be uploading your game to this website, and then from within this website, you can actually go to one of the games and you can get the embed code for that game. So if you click the share button right here, more, actually right here, we go. This is, sorry, let me turn that off. So there's this embed right here, and this is the code you would copy and paste into Weebly if you actually wanted that game to be playable. But long story short, I have some links and videos that show you how to upload your Unity game to simmer.io, and then how to get that embed code that you then put into Weebly. But for an example, I'm going to show you real quick how, if you're in my music production class, you would put your music album that you've uploaded to a website such as SoundCloud, how you would actually make it so that that album is actually playable from within your website on this page. So what we're going to do is, over on the elements, we're going to click on show all elements, and here there's a bunch of stuff you can see, so feel free to explore all these different things. Also keep in mind, on this right hand side they have kind of tips and just kind of instructions on how to get started with these Weebly sites. So you'll probably learn a lot more from this right here than you will from me, so make sure to check this out and explore it in detail. But for now, I clicked on show all elements, and this embed code, that's the magic one that I want. First, let's do obviously title. So title, we're going to call this one, my music album, whatever you want to call it. And then right below this, I'm going to go ahead and delete this picture. And yeah, this is just some, but actually this right here, so this text box you could actually use to do your reflection. So, you would type your reflection right here, and right above it, we're going to have our album. So let's go to the embed code, click and drag it, and notice, depending on where you drag it, you can put stuff on the right-hand side of the page, on the left, or just centered in this spot right here. But I'm going to go ahead and center that. It says click here to set custom HTML. If you click on that, and then you can center it, position it however you want, but edit custom HTML. This is where we're going to put our embed code. So when you click that, this right here is what you press delete and paste in your custom embed code. So let's go to SoundCloud. I pulled up my account right here, and this is an album or a playlist I made of some of the songs I've uploaded to here. And if I wanted to embed this playlist within the website, keep in mind, if you click share right here, this actually isn't the one I want. This would just be a link to this different web page, but I actually want to be able to play these songs from within my website right here. So I'm actually going to go and look. I'm looking for the embed button, and if I click share under here, under the playlist name, so here's the playlist, here's the share button, I click share, I've got this embed option right here, and that is the code I want. You can, change some of these colors if you wanted to, and it'll kind of give you a preview of what it'll look like. You could say enable automatic play, so if people go to your web page, it's going to start automatically playing your playlist. That's actually a pretty cool idea. So make sure to check whatever boxes you want it to be about right here, and then click in here. Make sure to double click to select all of it, right click, copy. And also look, if you wanted to change the size of this from here, you can, but I'll show you how to do that when we actually go into Weebly. So copy that. Let's hit the Alt-Tab button on our keyboard to go back to our Weebly page. Here is, you kind of have to hover over these to see what's there. This is where I put the HTML embed code. So click on that. Let's paste that in, right click paste or Control V. And all this craziness right here is basically the embed code. So now if I click anywhere outside of it, it is going to load up, and boom, there is my playlist. And notice how it just automatically started playing. By the way, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but this is a song one of my students made, recording the Red Hot Chili Peppers guitar lick and then mixing it with a beat. So it's a pretty cool song. Anyways, so yeah, it's a great song. Anyways, let's pause this. Pause button. So again, this right here, this is an embedded, app. So instead of having to go to a different website to open this app, I can go to it from within my site. So the same concept will be when you guys upload your video games to the simmer.io website. You'll be able to snag that embed code, paste it here into this Weebly embed code element, and pretty much have a game that's actually playable from within this web browser. So someone on a different computer could go to this website and not have to download the game or put it on the right device. They could just start playing it from within their web browser. Okay, so it's pretty cool. If I wanted to, by the way, edit the size of this HTML embedded object, if you click on it, like over here, I think, or where do I click? Let's click on this. I think I have to click down below. Yeah, so if you might have to kind of click around a little bit to find it, but all of a sudden you'll click and it'll pop this little menu back up. And I can go to Edit Custom HTML, and you can look here, and right here, here's the width and the height. So basically, if I change this height to, let's try 600, double the amount, and then click outside of it to reset it, boom, now I've got this thing a lot taller. And you can also play around, of course, with the width. So if I did width, I think it's saying, oh yeah, width 100%. That just means it's going to go to the max amount that this web page is going to give it. And notice that for this particular ePortfolio site template, they put a couple spacers in here, but you can take those out if you wanted to. So if you X out of those can just be used to kind of make the site look how you want it to look. So now it's at 100% of the screen width. So yeah. So pretty much that's kind of the basics of what you need to do here. For the resume, you can actually upload a document straight here to Weebly by going to the elements and looking for the file thing right there, and you could upload a PDF or a Word doc. I think the smarter way though is to actually embed a PDF Google Doc. And to do that, I actually put the instructions for you guys on here on the walkthrough document. So if you can see right here, this is a web link that will actually show you guys how to embed a PDF onto Google Docs or Google Drive, and then get that embed code and paste it into Weebly. That's kind of a cool way to be able to use your Google Drive files in other websites without actually having to upload that file to the website and slow your site down. So you're basically using Google Drive servers to open that document for you, and it won't slow the loading times up. But those are really the main things you guys need to do. Remember that you need to add a reflection after this on this project. So go to the elements and go to the text object, and you can drag that down below here, and you need to add a reflection. And again, the details for that reflection are located in the document. Make sure you guys go and look through the rubric for this ePortfolio. If you scroll to the very bottom here, I've got a rubric saying this is what I need to see if you want to get full credit for this assignment. So make sure to check this rubric out. And let me know if you have any questions. Also, some of you guys I know are videographers as well, so if you want to make a video promoting whatever project you made, so say you made a video game, if you want to make a little promotional video showing how that game works, like a tutorial or a walkthrough, or for your album, if you wanted to make an actual music video to play along with that music, that would be a really cool way to get extra credit for this assignment, and most importantly, just another way to kind of engage the audience where they know that you have more than one skill. If they know that you can make videos as well as make music, as well as make code and video games, that's going to be very impressive in today's world of kind of mixing, multimedia environments where you kind of need to be an expert in all these things. So make sure to check this document for the details. Email me if you have questions, and good luck.